On Broadway in the James Earl Jones Theater, and I mean, it's a dream bigger than any I could have ever had in life. It's the most extraordinary thing that's ever happened. I mean, I feel like I'm walking on the moon. That's what it feels like.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Julianna, Margulies, and Peter Gallagher are returning to Broadway in Delia Ephron's new romantic comedy, Left on 10th, which is directed by Susan Stroman. It'll open here on October 23rd at the James Earl Jones Theater, where we dropped by to meet the company.
It feels great to be back here. As Stroh said on our first day of rehearsal, what's better than the first day of rehearsal for a Broadway show? And I'm glad it's not my first time. Yeah. I think it would be a very different experience. And I just enjoy every single moment. Yeah.
The piece is so beautiful. I call it a romantic dramedy. Getting to act with Peter Gallagher on stage every night is, it's a miraculous experience because in a platonic way, we just fall in love every night on stage. Because the real life Peter and Delia are sitting in the audience. They've been there every day during tech rehearsals. And we feel so supported by them. They love what we're doing. I understand why Delia wrote the book, Why She Survived, because Peter Rutter is truly, he's a Jungian psychotherapist, and he has this great line in the play. Almost everything he says is what he said to Delia. And one of the lines is, life is mourning the death of our spouses and celebrating us. We can do both. And you just fall in love with them every night,
What was that first day like for you when the table read was happening and you watched your beautiful words come off the page with these four wonderful actors?
Well, that is so crazy because I thought that when you did a play, you went right into the theater, right? But you don't. You go into a tiny little space and you do it with no props, no nothing. We were in this black box at the roundabout, 3 levels below sea level, okay, in a black room, and I was kind of reeling with excitement, So we spent 2 weeks there, and then we moved into the James Earl Jones. So for me, everything was a discovery. Oh, because, in movies, you always see a play rehearsing, you see it on the stage, but actually, no, it rehearses in a smaller place. And so the growth of it and the journey has been riveting. And also my husband, Peter, who's a co-star in the play, he's retired now, thank God, because he's a psychiatrist, and we could never have the story if he were still working. Anyway, so he's come to a lot of the rehearsals, and he's just found it just riveting. He's just fascinated by it. And, it's a real adventure. I've never had an adventure quite like this.
Oh my gosh, it's just a dream come true. I can't even get over it. Every night, we all look at each other, and I can't believe that it's us all together. It's really been a magical sort of familial feeling from beginning to end, and I'm so grateful to be part of this.
Yeah, I'm, as you can tell, a little stunned. Yeah, it's the journey just gets better. The play becomes more and more beautiful every day. It gets funnier, it gets deeper, it gets more surprising too. There are things you start to find as you go along. Just a look in the eye from Jules or Peter at a certain moment, and then I'm just trying to keep up with the indomitable Kate, who is just flips through characters like regimes in ancient Rome or something. Anyway, it's the whole thing is it's fantasy come true, which is what great theater should be.
Kate McLuggage and Peter Francis James are so impressive. Yeah. They are doing a lot of heavy lifting. It's funny, but a lot of people in the audience at the end of the night are waiting for the rest of the cast to show up for the curtain call. And I said, Kate, you should just bring all your wigs out on a trolley. And Peter Francis James plays all these various different roles and does key things all throughout it seamlessly, and it's just the four of us. Yeah. And our wonderful understudies, who, as much as Kate and PFJ have to do, they have to do twice as much. Yeah. So we have a dedicated and talented and energetic group.
It's about second chances in love, second chances in life, more significantly. And everybody can relate to that. And I've been in the audience since we started previews, and I see couples putting their arms around each other and holding their hands. And we don't know what everybody is going through, but everybody goes through something. And I feel that this play allows them to have that emotional reaction in a way that, as always in theater, it's safe to feel whatever you feel. You know, we're always in this wonderful home. And I think this play brings out some wonderful emotions, especially an older person falling in love for the second time. It's a little awkward, it's a little funky, but you feel like a teenager. And I think we get that.
So Delia, having lived it, written the book, written the play, like Sunday I messed up and I cut a scene short, and I afterwards ran up to her and I said, "I'm so sorry, I forgot those 3 lines." And she goes, "Wait, where?" "Good, then we don't need them." And she took them out. And I was like, oh, right, this is a work in progress, and it's helping her to realize where we don't need words, where we do need words. And so it's a joyous experience, and I feel incredibly fortunate that she chose me to play her. I still don't know why, but I could cry at the privilege it is to play Delia Ephron.
One of the reasons I was so attracted to the story, in addition to the fact that Delia lived it and it's beautifully written and it's a great part for me, is it really felt like a story that the theater-going audience would love to see and feel seen by, and have their experience recognized, and might provide us that wonderful opportunity where for a moment none of us feel alone. We're all part of the same tribe. And you can just feel the explosion of delight, of recognition, coming from the audience, and the gasps, and the depth of the silences. And it's just what you live for when you're up there on stage. It's what you live for.